The way people did business, pre-COVID has changed, right? The constantly evolution of technology is if you're not keeping up, you are going to fall behind. And certainly the marketplace is not as kind as it used to be. You will be punished if you are not really on the state of the art with technology. So we see a lot of our customers across all the kind of vertical platforms, whether you're in retail, whether you're in manufacturing. If you're not up to date with the latest and greatest technologies, you soon will be out of business. And we've seen that happen.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with John Moschella. He's the president at Consulting Solutions. John, welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Excited to have you today. So, John, why don't you start and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Obviously, my name's John Moschella. I'm the president of CSI. It's part of Consulting Solutions. We are a family of companies that does a lot of work in the technology workspace. I started in this field roughly 25 years ago. Started with a small boutique consulting firm with a somewhat of a purpose of dealing with the Oracle systems, and we had a couple of clients in that area, and that's kind of where I got my start through a series of acquisitions, which was always the game plan. Joined Consulting Solutions, and from there, Consulting Solutions became part of a larger private equity firm that was, we had a buy and build strategy to continue to add on companies. So that started in 2016. We started that. We've acquired 9 companies along the way. We are now a $235 million company, 175 or so clients, a good portion of the Fortune 200. So that's we will continue to grow. We will continue to acquire companies, and that's a little bit about a quick review of my journey the last 25 years or so.
That's fantastic. It sounds like you've had a great professional career leading you up to president at Consulting Solutions. Tell me a little bit more about Consulting Solutions and what you folks do.
We help our clients in the IT arena with different issues that they may have, different projects that come across their what's important to them, right? So we obviously do a lot of in the ERP arena with Oracle, SAP, the PeopleSoft platform, the Salesforce platform. So as companies continue to upgrade their systems, an ERP platform is it's an enterprise solution, so it handles everything for an organization. So it'll be their accounting, it'll be their HR, it'll be their payroll, it'll be their supply chain, their inventory, their again, accounts receivable, accounts payable. It's everything for a company. So it's kind of the backbone. So it's important, especially today, to stay state of the art, to continue to evolve and grow your firm. The industry has changed a great deal in the last 5-10 years to a best of breed solution now. So in the past, where a particular client might be all Oracle or all SAP, they now use it as part of their overall software packages, but they'll have best of breeds of companies like Snowflake and Manhattan for supply chain, and it all intertwines in the cloud. Which in the past was not available. If you ran Oracle, you only could run Oracle. If you ran SAP, you could only run SAP. Now they all kind of coordinate in a cloud environment, whether it's AWS, which is the Amazon product, or it is the Google product, or the Azure cloud. That's so when people hear about the cloud, that's essentially somewhat a term that some people understand, some don't, but it's essentially just a shared platform where you kind of rent space instead of owning the space with these big cloud providers. So that's one of the big changes that we have seen. One of the things that we think we're really good at is helping clients navigate that process, help them with the best of breeds, be able to deliver those solutions time and time again, which brings us back to our client base rather often, because we've done the last 3 or 4 upgrades for them back since 2007, 2008. So that's a little bit about what we do, obviously, in the digital workspace, certainly with mergers and acquisitions, with integrating companies that could be, when someone buys someone else, they could have disparate systems that, aren't talking to each other. We go in and kind of deconstruct it, find the common path to where we can merge an Oracle system into an SAP system, back and forth. Again, it's very nerdy, and so we've got a lot of really smart nerds that work for us.
I love it. I love it. And, when I hear you talking about kind of these consulting solutions, whether it be the focus on, digital transformation, Oracle, workforce management, and you mentioned, the focus on tech. So talk to me, do you tend to see trends in your clients' size, kind of, more specifically within the tech industry, what they're working on, anything like that, trends in your client base?
Well, absolutely, right. Certainly the way people did business, pre-COVID has changed, right? The constantly evolution of technology is, if you're not keeping up, you are going to fall behind. And certainly the marketplace is not as kind as it used to be. You will be punished if you are not really on the state of the art with technology. So we see a lot of our customers across all the kind of vertical platforms, whether you're in retail, whether you're in manufacturing, if you're not up to date with the latest and greatest technologies, you soon will be out of business. And we've seen that happen certainly more in the last 4 or 5 years than you probably saw in the 25 years previous than that. The market overall can be quite oppressive if you are not on the state of the art. So whether it's supply chain, and everyone, has a cursory understanding of the supply chain issues just because of COVID and coming out of COVID, and what it meant if you were trying to buy a car, or if you were trying to get, a particular product, and all of a sudden it wasn't available when it always had been. The companies that were able to actually get their products, their goods and services to the market are the ones that survived, and those that didn't are still paying the price. So obviously, and again, and if you look at the digital transformation, right, what happens now, your shopping experience is completely different than when it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? You no longer get the Sunday paper, the Black Friday ads no longer exist. It's all digital. It's all to your phone. It's all to your email inbox. It's all to your app. So all of these companies today, you see certain commercials where it's the app. You're walking around the store, and we've been involved in a lot of that mobile app technology with the Android system and the Apple system, right? Every major company has an app now. So whether you're flying on Delta Airlines and renting from Hertz Rent a Car and going to a Marriott hotel, you're really navigating that all through your app. And that app has a tremendous amount of technology that is running it, that's behind the scenes, that allows you just to hit your, pick your seat on the plane, check into your hotel room, and it's all on your phone. And again, think of that, what that process was 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So the companies, again, that have made the major investment in technology, and it can be expensive, and the resources that understand how to do it certainly are some of the best and brightest people out there. So when we are dealing with the client, and what we can bring to the table are those people that are the best and the brightest in some of these technologies. So one of them with the mobile app platforms is a technology called React Native. So if you're building an app, it's usually built on the React Native language. And now bigger companies are going to an app for their HR platforms. So when folks need to make a change, or folks need to find a doctor in their network, you can just go onto your phone. Everything's running out of your phone, and that's going to continue to be even bigger and greater. Some of our clients, as again, something you may experience when you walk in a store, all of a sudden your phone will start beeping. They know you're in the store because you have their app, and they're going to start pushing coupons and certain promotions to your app. When you build a platform digitally for a sale or for a program or platform, it takes a tremendous amount of horsepower, brain power, to all of a sudden send out to a couple million of your customers a specific promotion that might be time related, might be a percentage off, might be in a specific area when you're of what you buy or how much you spend, how that's tracked, the business that you can drive from those specific promotions are, something that we're seeing a lot of people do now. And I think that's something we're going to see even more in the future. And the technology behind these platforms enables the decision makers at these companies to be able to do these things in real time, so they can push a promotion through their system and they can see almost immediately the effect because of the online marketplace of how successful it is. And it costs them virtually nothing, as opposed to, if you think of the traditional advertising in the past between, circulars in your local newspapers and television ads and what have you, it's a fraction of the cost to do the digital marketing. So talking a lot, not asking you, and you're not asking me many questions.
No,
so.
no. That's it's important, having great dialogue. But what I heard you say in that was one of the differentiating factors of consulting solutions was the people, was the focus on how they're able to support in the IT consulting, IT solutions kind of IT services rather basis. Talk to me a little bit more about the differentiating factors of why someone should choose to work with consulting solutions over your competition.
Well, one of the main reasons is we built our company around our people. Like, our people are the most important asset to us. We treat them well. We make sure they know that we understand that we're only as good as our folks on the front lines, and whether that's our internal teams or the consultants we have in the field. We have a long history with a lot of them. We've been working with some of them for over 15 years. Some folks have been a client for years and years at a time. And it's important that they know that we care about them, that we we also provide additional training, additional certifications, that we help them in their personal growth, their professional growth. And that's important to our clients, because the marketplace being what it is, people can't, learn on the job, right? When they get to a client to deliver a particular project on a timeline and a budget, they better know what they're doing. And so a lot of our business is repeat business, because we have that tried and true methodology where they know that our people are going to come in, they're going to get to work. They're not going to spend a lot of time. They're not going to waste a lot of time learning what they should be doing. And it's even more so important in this day and age of every client is watching every dollar they spend. They want to spend it efficiently. They want to spend it wisely. So that is certainly one of our calling cards, is we do have a tenured, hardened staff that has been there, done that. And our people know how to react when certain things go wrong. Things always go wrong, right? In the world of technology, they know not to panic, and they know the best practice is to engage to solve the problems. So we consider ourselves first and foremost problem solvers, and our clients usually have some type of issue or some type of goal in mind. And we come in and as we tell people, we're here to take things off your plate. We're here to make things easier for you, not to make them more complicated. And that's something that's easier said than done. And we have had tremendous success with that over the years, because, we live what we talk about. We live our values and our culture, and our clients appreciate that. And that certainly sets us apart. So that gives us, when we talk and we're in a room and we're sitting around a conference room table, they know that this is our first rodeo. And that's really important to most of our clients, again, who are, Fortune 250 companies, and they just really cannot you've got to hit the timelines, you've got to hit the budgets. There is no good excuse. There's only excuses. And so,
Yeah. And, one thing, John, that, I heard you mention was really being focused on the people. And I'm curious, when you took the role as president, what was one of the first things that you did in order to continue to support that vision of being, people centric and delivering the best solutions for your clients?
well, I think, part of it is the evolution of being with a company for a while, right? You get to know folks, you get to know about a little bit about them. I've always taken a more personal approach, right? You can't be, you can't be phony. You have to show people you care. My father always said something to me when I was young, and it stayed with me. He said, don't tell me how good you are, show me how good you are. And just been something that has stayed with me. So when people know that you're real and they know that you have their best interest in heart, and that you do genuinely know about their children and what's important to them, and what are their personal goals and what are their professional goals. And I often tell my people, I am the guy driving the snowplow on the highway, right? It's my job to clear the road to make your path easier. So how can I help you? So one of the most important things I think of any leader is that sometimes they need to listen more and talk less, and understand the point of view that your team may be looking at a particular situation through. And having been there, having had a sales background, having lived it and died with the commission life of when someone picks you or does not pick you to do a project, that certainly has helped me, because our people certainly, we don't always win, right? There are times, just like baseball, the best hitters are 300 hitters. So you have to put a lot in the top of the funnel for a small amount to drop out the bottom of the funnel, and people get better at it. And part of my job is making the people better at what they do, so that more falls out the bottom of the funnel. And you can't fake that. And you have to show people you care, and you have to show them you care about what they care about. And if you do, and you prove that over time, then you get a built-in kind of street cred that few people have. And that's what makes our organization pretty unique, is that we do celebrate, when people have their children and their children graduate, and their children get married, and all of the other life events that happen. It's kind of a communal atmosphere that we root for each other. And as all of us navigate through life, there's a lot of outside influences that can determine how you go to work every day. So being a little bit more human about understanding some of the different dichotomies that can sometimes pull people and pull young families in different directions, it's important to know. It's important for the people to know that you care, that you're just not a machine, and you're just not, preaching the same go forward speech, day after day, month after month.
I love that. Don't tell me how much you care, show me how much you care. And then I think that also goes to, the point of you working with your clients. Don't show me how much you know, show me what you can do, right? something similar to that.
Yeah. I've had clients go to my children's events, whether it was a lacrosse game, football games. I've gone to numerous events. We sponsor events through the company in the communities that we deal with. We are pretty much a national organization, so we have folks all over the country. We have people working all over the country, so it's important for us to, whether it's sponsoring a youth league or sponsoring a golf tournament here or there for talent community-based programs. We're all about that. So it's again, you can't just talk the talk. You have to walk the walk when it comes to showing people that you care about what's important to them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, John, this has been a very informative conversation. We've talked a lot about the growth of consulting solutions. Tell me, are there any plans for growth in the future?
Absolutely. A company has to continue to grow, or it dies on the vine. So certainly in the world that we deal with, which is, information technology, it is changing rapidly. What we do and the technologies we deliver are not what we did 3 or 4 years ago, and the technologies are not what they were 3 or 4 years ago. so it's an innovative workplace. It is constantly changing and evolving. There are, what if you again look to the future where some of the things that I've seen in terms of the digital marketing, in terms of the digital mapping of the stores, there are drones flying around, warehouses that are taking inventory, the automation of, the different supply chain networks, as well as the manufacturing capabilities continue to amaze. And it is, if the clients are investing heavily in that, so we have to stay on the forefront. We have to stay on the cutting edge. So that means more training of our teams. It means that we can't be afraid to take a leap with an acquisition in an area that we may not currently be serving. So we're always looking for that to add to our base. As I said, we've done 9 acquisitions since 2016. We will continue to grow that way. We will continue to grow organically and strategically in terms of acquisition. And you literally, as you can see, if you can name the companies or just think of where you used to shop or places you used to bank that no longer are in existence, from when we were, 10 years ago or when we were teenagers, right? It's the world evolves. And if you're not staying on top of it, you'll quickly be left behind. So we know that. And it's an important part of our strategy is to always keep an eye on what's next and what's important to our clients and what's next for them. So we always have a window of 12 to 24 months out there to make sure we are prepared for what the market may dictate to us.
Fantastic. Well, John, this has been a very informative conversation. I appreciate all of your insight on, the information tech industry, everything that, Consulting Solutions has been doing over the years, looking to the future. I think this was a terrific conversation. As we start to wrap up, is there anything that you want to leave our listeners with?
Just the general idea. I think it's also important in your own life to constantly evolve, right? We are, if you stop, and whether that's a relationship with your significant others, with your children, with your parents, whomever, your neighbors, right? We constantly can't be stuck in the same kind of thought process. And as the world changes around us, I think it's incumbent upon all of us to continue to grow, continue to learn. So once you stop learning or thinking everything, I also think the world and the marketplace will deal you a quick wake-up call. So that's what I tell my children all the time. That's what I tell my team all the time. Like, hey, continue to have an open mind, continue to think as others may think. Don't always think in your own set of shoes or through your own set of your own lens. And I think again, as time evolves, we will continue to think like that. So I'm very bullish on the future of Consulting Solutions and the people that we have. But I think it's a good life lesson for anyone.
Fantastic. Well, John, like I said, thank you for a terrific conversation. Really appreciate you being on Business Ninjas today.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, great to have you.